There will be present of our Revered Vice President Maharajis and Revered General Secretary Maharajis and other Assistant Secretary Maharajis. Revered President Maharaj is going to arrive in short. After Maharaj comes in the dais, immediately we will start the program. Most revered President Maharaji has arrived. I request all to please raise from their seat as Revered Maharaj enters. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishnaya. On this very auspicious moment of the 120th Foundation Day celebration of Ramakrishna Mission, at the outset we offer our devoted pranams to Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Sri Ma and Sri Sri Swamiji Maharaj. Our respectful pranams to most revered President Maharaj, Srimad Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, who is the chairman of this program. Our devoted pranams to all the revered Vice President Maharajis and respectful pranams to revered General Secretary Maharaji, all revered Assistant General Secretary Maharajis, all the revered monks and Matajis present in this auditorium, our namaskars to all the Brahmachari Maharajis and the devotees with the members of Ramakrishna Mission present in this august gathering. On May 1st, 1897, in a meeting of the monastic and lay devotees of Sri Ramakrishna at the Calcutta residence of Balaram Basu, Swami Vivekananda proposed for an association which should, Swamiji mention, I quote, bear the name of him, that is Sri Ramakrishna, in whose name we have become sannyasins, Taking whom as your ideal, you are leading the life of householders, and whose holy name, influence, and teachings have within 12 years of his passing away spread in such unthought of ways, both in the East and in the West. Quoted. On that very day, all members enthusiastically agreed upon, and thus Ramakrishna Mission Association came into existence. Since then, down the line till date, for 128 years, this organization has undoubtedly created a spiritual legacy of selfless service to the humanity in different ways, with the ideal of Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitaya Cha, as delineated by Swami Vivekananda. Today, in this 128th Foundation Day celebration, the program begins with the Vedic chanting by the Brahmachari Maharajis of Probationer Training Center, Belur Math.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhato Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Atha Sangachadhvam Ityadi Mantranam Angirasa Sambanana Rishihi Samgyanandevata Anuštubhadi Chandaha Shri Ramakrishna Pretyarthe Brahma Jagya Jape Cha Viniyogaha Om Sangachadhvam Samvadadhvam Samvo Manamsi Janatam Deva Bhagan Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate Samano Mantra Samiti Samani Samanam Manassaha Chittamesham Samanam Mantram Abhimantra Eva Samanena Vo Havisha Juhomi Samanaiva Akoti Samana Hridayani Vaha Samanamastu Vo Mano Yatha Vasu Sahasate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sthapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharmaswarupine Avatara Varisthaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha Yathagnir-dahika Shakti.
Nandji Maharaj to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Namaste Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Svache Sukha Sarupayo Swamine Tapoharine. Most revered President Maharaj, revered Srimad Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, Revered Vice President Maharajis, Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, Swami Bhajananandaji Maharaj, Swami Girishanandaji Maharaj, Swami Vimalatmanandaji, and Swami Dibbanandaji. On the dais, my colleagues Swami Balabhadranandaji and Swami Bodhasarananda, and also as speakers we have sitting on the dais retired bureaucrat Sri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, along with Professor Shuvendu Majumder of Management Institute, to thank the audience at the end of the function. Today, as you all know, the 1st of May, on this day, 127 years ago, Swami Vivekananda founded Ramakrishna Mission Association in Calcutta at the residence of Sri Ramakrishna's great devotee, Balaram Bose. Balaram Bhavan is now known as Balaram Mandir. On this day at 3 p.m., the monumental arch of Renaissance Vedanta, or should we say, the practical Vedanta, was inaugurated. This is the 128th foundation day of the Ramakrishna Mission. On this auspicious occasion, I have the privilege of welcoming all of you to this historic meeting. Most welcome to all of you, and my reverential regards at the holy feet of our most revered Vice President Maharaj, most revered President Maharaj, Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, and also at the feet of our revered Vice President Maharajis, Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, Bhajananandaji Maharaj, Girishanandaji Maharaj, Vimalatmanandaji, who is yet to come, and then of course Swami Dibbanandaji. Initially, Swamiji was in a dilemma, to be or not to be, to organize or not to organize. After reaching the United States, Vivekananda observed the enormous power of organization that lay behind American life. Once he told his host, Emily Leon of Chicago, I quote, "You know, I have had one of the greatest temptations of my life here. It is organization," unquote. Let's go back to Dakshineshwar. Let's catch a few glimpses of Sri Ramakrishna's concept of compassion, his vision about his mission. One day in 1884, in September, at Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna was seated in his room talking to his disciples about a famous statement of the Vaishnava religion taught by Sri Chaitanya Deva. Jive daya, name ruchi, jive daya, name ruchi, Vaishnava puja. Compassion for all living beings, love of God's name, and service to devotees. Repeating the word compassion, Sri Ramakrishna went into samadhi. After a while, he returned to normal consciousness and said to the devotees, I again quote, "How foolish it is to speak of compassion. Man is an insignificant worm crawling on the earth, and he is to show compassion to others. This is absurd. It must not be compassion, but service to all. Recognize them as God's manifestations and serve them. Serve human beings as God was the message. This was the very seed of the whole Ramakrishna mission. This was the very seed of the whole Ramakrishna mission planted in 1884 by Ramakrishna himself at Dakshineshwar. But at the time, only Narendra, later Swami Vivekananda, understood the implications of what the Master had said. That day, standing on the veranda outside Ramakrishna's room, he said to his brother disciples, I again quote, "What a wonderful light I have discovered in those words of the Master. How beautifully he has reconciled the ideal of bhakti with the knowledge of Vedanta, generally interpreted as dry, austere, and incompatible with human sentiments. What a grand, natural, and sweet synthesis it was, and it is. Those following the paths of karma, action, and yoga, contemplation, jnana, karma, action, and jnana, contemplation, are similarly benefited by these words of the Master. If God gives me opportunity, I shall preach it unto the mankind, said Narendranath, later on Vivekananda. To Alasinga Perumal, his trusted Indian disciple, he wrote on 17th February 1896, I again quote, Swamiji writes to Perumal, Alasinga Perumal, the dry Advaita must become living poetic in everyday life. The dry Advaita must become living poetic in everyday life. Out of the hopelessly intricate mythology must come concrete moral forms. And out of the bewildering yogism must come the most specific and practical psychology. And all this must be put in a form so that a child must grasp it. And that's my life's work. What inspired Vivekananda to bring this historic interpretation of Vedanta and call it a practical Vedanta? Startling his audience in Madras, Vivekananda replied, I quote, because I was born for this. I was born for this, and it was left for me to do. The dream of practical Vedanta was tormenting Vivekananda's mind since his days of wandering in India. But how to realize it? It is in America that he first found the answer to this question. And the answer was organization. To a Western mother, he confided that he had the greatest temptation of his life in America, and that was organization. Yet, wrote, even before the Ramakrishna mission, the organization of Vivekananda's dream came into existence. He was absolutely sure of its need. To Mrs. Olive, he wrote in 1896, organization, I quote, organization has its faults, but without that nothing can be done. A year after, the thought of making an organization was more powerful in his consciousness. To his brother disciple Ramakrishnananda, he wrote on 24th June 1896, I again quote, we want organization, he writes to Ramakrishnanandaji. Organization is power and the secret of this obedience, unquote. However, Vivekananda understood that an individual may be powerful, but it is not possible for one person to do everything on a large scale. A following is necessary in order to carry great ideas to posterity. He had the mission of his master to fulfill. He couldn't do it alone. On the other hand, Vivekananda also understood the possible dangers of organization, like politics, power struggles, corruption, and commercialism. At Thousand Island Park, during the summer of 1895, he debated, again I quote, to organize or not to organize. If I organize, the spirit will diminish. If I do not organize, the message will not spread, unquote. In the end, he was determined that his master's great message should not be lost to humankind. Vivekananda knew that the only thing that would keep corruption out of organized work was purity of life. Towards the end of April 1897, Vivekananda returned to Calcutta from Darjeeling to give concrete shape to Sri Ramakrishna's teaching on practical Vedanta. The Ramakrishna mission was officially born on Saturday, 1st of May 1897. Swamiji called for devotees to gather at 3 p.m. at Balaram Basu's house in Calcutta. 40 people, both devotees and monastics, came, and he said to them, Swamiji said, from my travels in various countries, I have come to the conclusion that without organization, nothing great and permanent can be done. This organization will bear the name of him in whose name we have become sannyasis. Him taking whom as our ideal, you are leading the householder's life in the field of activity. This samsara, this world, him whose holy name and the influence of whose unique life and teachings have within 12 years of his demise spread in such an unthought of way, both in the East and the West. Let this Sangha organization, meaning thereby organization, therefore be named the Ramakrishna mission. We are but the servants of the Master. May you all help in this work, was the appeal of Swamiji. Swamiji's proposal was accepted with enthusiasm by all monks and householder devotees present on the day. Again on 5th of May, Vivekananda met with some devotees and brother monastics. At this time he declared, I quote, this association Sangha shall be known as the Ramakrishna mission. The aim of the Sangha is to preach those truths which Sri Ramakrishna has for the good of humanity, preached and demonstrated by practical application in his own life, and to help others to put these truths into practice in their lives for their temporal, mental, and spiritual advancement. Vivekananda then talked about the method of work, training men, introducing arts and industries, and also the humanitarian work. Vivekananda became general president of the mission, and he made Swami Brahmananda and Swami Yogananda president and vice president respectively of the Calcutta Center. Narendranath Mitra was appointed secretary. Dr. Shashi Bhushan Ghosh and Sharat Chandra Sarkar under secretaries, and Sharat Chandra Chakraborty was the reader of scriptures. This is how on May 1st, 1897, his dream, his master's vision and mission saw the light of the day. A new organization was born. It was the Ramakrishna mission with its motto, Atmana Mokshartham Jagadhitayocha, for one's own liberation as well as for the good of the world. With this prophetic vision, He saw the mission based on the deep spiritual foundation of purity, sacrifice, service, universality, and non-sectarian approach. Would lead this organization through the vicissitudes of history and emerge as a model for others to imitate. 100 years later, the Ramakrishna mission gets world's attention. The UNESCO director, Dr. Federico Mayor, in his inaugural speech delivered in Paris on the centenary celebration of Vivekananda in the Chicago Parliament of 1893, said, quoted, "I was struck by the similarity of the articles of the Constitution of the Ramakrishna Mission, which Vivekananda established in 1897, with those of UNESCO." With these few words, I would like to wrap up by offering reverential pranams to Most Revered President Maharaj, Revered Vice President Maharajis and other elders present here, and a word of cordial welcome once again to all who are present here today, this lovely afternoon of the 1st May. Thank you so very much.
Our humble pranams to Revered General Secretary Maharaj. I will now request Revered Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj to kindly read out the historical proceedings of the general body meetings of the Ramakrishna Mission Association held on 1st and 5th May 1897.
I offer my pranams, devoted pranams to Most Revered President Maharajji, Vice President Maharajjis, Revered General Secretary Maharaj, other revered senior monks, and loving namaskars to sadhus, brahmacharins, and devotees assembled here. Swamiji had long entertained the idea of starting an organization for spiritual, mental, and material service of the masses, with active involvement of monks as well as the laity. He said, before going to the West itself, he had hit upon a plan, sitting on the last rock of India, to engage his brother monks for amelioration of sufferings of India's common people. And during his 3-year stay in the West, this idea became further organized and intensified. Even after his return to India, this thought was ever active in his mind, which is evident from the fact that in March 1897, when he went to Darjeeling for some rest for a few days, he said to Swami Suhitanandaji, "I shall revolutionize the monastic order." Now, to give his unique idea as to the monastic order a definite shape, he called a representative meeting of monks and devotees on 1st May 1897 at Balaram Bose's house at 3 p.m. He started with a brilliant speech in which he said inter alia, which you have already heard from Revered General Secretary Maharajji. He said that from his travels in various countries, he has come to the conclusion that an organization has to be established to perform anything great and lasting. And he wanted to name the association in the name of Sri Ramakrishna, in whose name they had become Sannyasin, and the householder devotees are leading the householder's life. His proposal was enthusiastically supported by all. Then it was proposed that a local center in Calcutta has to be fixed. That is required so that All could meet regularly to exchange their ideas, to adopt means for diffusing the knowledge of those principles and teachings to the masses, and to keep themselves in touch with the other sister bodies in different parts of India, America, and England by the interchange of views for the furtherance of the cause. A general body of members was drawn up consisting of all who, however differing each other in other respects, have a common ground of unity in the love of Paramahansadev and his teachings. An executive committee has also been formed on this day from amongst those present, and a subscription list was opened for collecting a monthly sum for house rent and other necessary expenditure. It was resolved to hold weekly meetings at the house of Babu G.C. Ghosh for the present. The next meeting of the association was fixed to take place on Wednesday evening next, to consider and fix upon rules of guidance and the principles and objects of the association. Number of audience was about 40. The second meeting of the association was held on Wednesday, 5th May 1897. Under the presidency of Swami Vivekananda, the name, object, method of the work of the association and the rules for its guidance were fixed upon. These were the followings. Name, the Ramakrishna Mission. Object, the object of the society is to propagate the principles propounded by Sri Ramakrishna and illustrated by his own life for the benefit of humanity, and to help mankind in the practical application of those principles in their spiritual, intellectual, and physical needs. The mission. The mission of the society is to carry on the work inaugurated by Sri Ramakrishna of fraternizing the various creeds of the world, knowing them to be only phases of one eternal universal religion. Method of work. The method of work is by starting centers in different places to train spiritual and secular educators, and by encouraging arts, industries, and by popularizing the study of Vedanta and other systems of the spiritual thought as interpreted by the life of Sri Ramakrishna. The work in India. The work in India is by starting centers in the capitals of the empire to train sannyasis, that is ascetics, and grihasthas, that is householders, as educators of the people, and to enable these teachers to reach the people by making them visit different parts of the country. Foreign work. To send missionaries to various foreign countries to bring the centers already existing in countries outside of India in sympathy and cooperation with those existing in India, and to start other centers. The rules of the association. Anyone who believes in the mission of Sri Ramakrishna, who is ready to cooperate for the spread of that mission, and who endeavors to lead a moral life would be eligible to the membership of the society, the other members not objecting. The aims and ideals of the mission being purely spiritual and humanitarian, it shall have no connection with politics. The members should pay a subscription not less than 8 annas per month unless anyone is specially incapable. The president of every branch shall have the power of vetoing any proceedings of that branch. The executive committee shall have the power of calling meetings through the secretaries and collecting funds through the treasurer. A meeting should be held every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. at the premises of number 13 Boshpara Lane, Bagbajar. Swami Vivekananda has been elected the General President of the Ramakrishna Mission. Swami Brahmananda has been elected the President of the Calcutta Center of the Mission. Namaskar.
Our pranams to Revered Balabhadrananda Maharaj. I will now request Revered Swami Bodhasarananda Maharaj, Assistant General Secretary, Ramakrishna Martin Mission, to please deliver the keynote address.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramakrishnaya. Most revered President Maharaj, revered Vice President Maharajis, revered General Secretary Maharaj, revered Balabhadrananda Maharaj, Shri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, Shri Shuvendu Majumder, revered Maharajis, Brahmacharins, other sadhus, and devotees. Highlighting the significance of the avatarhood of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda says, the nectar which has been obtained by churning the infinite ocean of the Vedas, into which Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and other gods have poured their strength, which is charged with the life essence of the avatars, Sri Ramakrishna holds that nectar in his person in the fullest measure. Just as in Buddhism, Christianity, and other religions, the ideals of these religions cannot be separated from the lives and teachings of their founders, as these teachers embodied those ideals. So also, in the Ramakrishna mission, its ideals cannot be separated from the life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Throughout the world history, we have seen that the sadhanas and teachings of all the great religious leaders become the path for future disciples, while the realizations of its founders likewise become the goal for the disciples. And this is how the ideals are passed down to future generations. Regarding the ideals manifested in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, both Swami Vivekananda and Swami Shuhitanandaji refer to them as the Ramakrishna mold. They are the standard for future generation. The inception of the Ramakrishna mission is a momentous event in Indian history. The mission brought about the national renaissance in India, which ultimately culminated in political freedom. It also caused widespread social awareness and initiated a mass educational movement across the length and breadth of the country. It gave a new gospel of service to Indian society through dedicated and well-organized service centers, poverty elevation programs, hospitals, and relief and rehabilitation work. All these spectacular achievements had a spiritual undercurrent that nourished and sustained the organization. The spiritual stream in the form of Sri Ramakrishna catalyzed the awakening of spiritual consciousness throughout the world. Ramakrishna mission in reality is Sri Ramakrishna's mission. It is his punya sankalpa that has taken the concrete form of this organization. Every activity of the mission is the representation of one of the facets of Sri Ramakrishna's multifarious spiritual ideal. Each of its members is working hard to put into practice his vision of serving God in human beings. Hence, Ramakrishna mission is continuation of Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual mission, which he conducted during his lifetime. How far relevant is the extensive service being rendered by the Ramakrishna mission in this modern age? What are the new challenges the mission is facing while dealing with the rapidly changing social and economic conditions in India and elsewhere? How is the Ramakrishna mission responding and orienting itself to the evolving situation? How beneficial and efficacious will be the activities of the Ramakrishna mission in the coming decades of the present century? These are important issues, not only from the historical viewpoint, but also closely related to the direction in which the mission has to expand its sphere of influence in the coming centuries. Thakur, Ma and Swamiji gave a new gospel of service based on the Vedantic ideal of seeing God in man. The groundbreaking idea of serving God in man captured the imagination of intelligentsia and common folk alike and opened a new vista of service and spirituality. The great contribution of the Ramakrishna mission is in actualizing this ideal and showing the world how to practice it in day-to-day life. Through this ideal of service of God and man, Ramakrishna mission became the front runner to the spiritual and social revolution in India. In the beginning, the Ramakrishna mission, with its meager human and financial resources, arranged some relief works, including the plague medical relief in Calcutta and also the drought relief in Murshidabad. These were spearheaded by Sister Nivedita and Swami Abhedananda respectively. Swami Vivekananda inspired and guided these initial service endeavors. Then, in course of time, permanent medical facilities were established by the monks of the Ramakrishna mission in the pilgrimage places of Kashi, Haridwar, and Vrindavan. Later, the Ramakrishna mission became a front runner in providing quality and nationalistic education to thousands of students coming from the middle class and poor sections of society. It rendered valuable service in the time of partition by opening orphanages and schools. The educational work of the mission, which commenced humbly in the pre-independence period, made major headway after the independence with the establishment of huge educational institutions across the country. The mission successfully expanded its relief activities into several major rehabilitation projects, spending a huge amount of money. The earthquake rehabilitation and super cyclone rehabilitation projects undertaken at different times are glowing illustrations of the efficient planning and effective execution of housing projects undertaken by the Ramakrishna mission. The Ramakrishna mission has turned out to be a beacon of light to thousands of people in a situation when such projects undertaken by the government agencies and others are found to be ineffective and ridden with corrupt practices. During the 150th birth celebration of Swami Vivekananda, the Ramakrishna mission undertook several mass educational and welfare programs such as value education projects and Gadadhar Abhyudaya Prakalpa, an integrated child welfare scheme. Special projects were executed targeting socially and economically backward sections of society. Most of the programs like GAP, WAP are still continuing with the financial help of donors. STEM labs and smart classes were introduced in our schools throughout India in last few years. Many centers of the Ramakrishna mission are extending their service endeavors in diversified areas according to the needs of the time. The Institutes of Human Excellence, Youth and Student Counseling, self-development programs, languages and computer learning centers, and the provisions for self-development and self-employment are some of the fields in which Ramakrishna mission is expanding its service activities in recent times. The hospitals, dispensaries, and mobile medical units conducted by Ramakrishna mission are known for serving disadvantaged people at no or very nominal cost. The people immensely trust mission's sincere efforts in the health sector, and hence there is a growing demand for them. The excellent pioneering social work done by us in several fields has made a constructive impact on Indian society. As a result, several religious and spiritual associations have come forward to serve the people in the field of their choice in the last 100 years. They all acknowledge with gratefulness the positive influence that the Ramakrishna Mission has made on their sphere of service activities. Though the Ramakrishna Mission could serve a limited number of people residing in certain parts of the country, compared to the huge growing population of India, the perfect standard set by the mission has become an ideal for other service organizations to emulate and adapt in their service centers. The publication of books and journals is another important aspect of the spiritual service of Ramakrishna Mission. In the age of widespread internet connectivity and smart digital devices, the scope of printing books and journals in our daily life is fast diminishing. People are demanding digital books and journals. Ramakrishna Mission has not lagged behind in this digital revolution. Like its publications, we also provide great spiritual service to humanity through spiritual discourses and retreats. Ramakrishna Mission is trying hard to involve a number of unaffiliated centers into what is generally called the Ramakrishna movement. The formation of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhav Prachar Parishads in almost all parts of India and active guidance by the monks of Ramakrishna order to those institutions have greatly extended the sphere of the positive influence of the Ramakrishna Mission to wider areas. The spiritual ideal is not limited to space and time. It is eternally guiding the humanity throughout its existence. Ramakrishna Mission is the concretized embodiment of Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion of India. Hence, its endurance and significance will also remain for time eternal. It will continue to inspire, reorient, and rejuvenate the Indian national ideals of service and spirituality for many more centuries forward. To an organization that is destined to serve for hundreds of years, 125 years is but a small footstep in the landscape of endless time. Pranam. Thank you.
Our pranams to Revered Swami Bodhasarananda Maharaj for his keynote address. Now, Sri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, member of Ramakrishna Mission, will say a few words for us.
I bow down at the lotus feet of Thakur Ma Swamiji. Our respectful pranams to the most revered President Maharaj, Vice President Maharajis, General Secretary Maharaj, all the revered monks and Brahmacharins, and salutations and greetings to all the devotees sitting near and far. Swami Vivekananda, after his epoch-making first visit to the West, came back and landed at Colombo on 15 January 1897. His lectures from Colombo to Almora had a tremendous impact in recharging and reigniting the minds of youth, of a vanquished, subjugated, and sleeping nation. It is amazing how an unknown young monk became a national hero. Swamiji began his mission to awaken the sleeping nation with the clarion calls of Vedanta. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Strength is what Upanishads speak to me from every page. Be not weak. Does weakness cure weakness? Stand up and be strong. But Swamiji soon felt the need of a man-making organizations and a new monastic order to carry forward the message of Vedanta. So on this day, 127 years back, Ramakrishna Mission Association was founded. We just heard the historic proceedings. In few years after that, it has given rise to closely connected institutions, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. But today, with hindsight, we wonder, was it only the foundation of an association or a manifestation of the divine will? Let us for a moment look at the socio-religious situations prevailing in 19th century. Scores of bright students living Hinduism under the influence of Desrosiers formed Young Bengal, for whom Hinduism was synonymous with superstitions and idolatry. Among the educated Hindus, there were new reformers and intellectuals full of criticism against a caste-bound, priest-ridden Hinduism. On the other hand, there was don't-touchist with irrational orthodoxy, and the common masses were engulfed in abject poverty. The main architect of Indian educations, Lord Macaulay at that time, wrote in 1836, I quote, "If our plans of education are followed up, there will not be a single idolater," meaning Hindu, "among the respected classes in 30 years hence," unquote. Ironically, in the same year, we see the birth of Avatar Varishtha Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansadev, centering whose life and teachings a vibrant Hindu renaissance would develop within a short time. In this most critical period, the Lord incarnated himself to fulfill his eternal promise. Yada yada dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam sriyamaham. And where did he express himself? Not in an obscure village, but in the heart of Calcutta, by far the most advanced city in British India. And who were the persons meeting him? The top scholars of the university, doctors, philosophers, preachers, acharyas of Brahmo Samaj, mahantas of different Hindu sects, and many others high and low. The seeds of the Ramakrishna order were also shown by Thakur himself at Kasipur. First, by uniting the young disciples under one roof and choosing Narendranath as their leader, and then on Makar Sankranti Day, 12th January 1886, giving them the ochre cloths and rosaries meant for the monks. Sister Nivedita mentioned, often it appears to me that there has been with us a soul named Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Swamiji himself also explained to his disciple Sarat Chandra Chakravarti how Thakur in Samadhi has literally transmitted from his body a subtle force like an electric shock to Naren's body, making him unconscious. Gaining consciousness, he found Sri Ramakrishna shedding tears of joy and telling him affectionately, "Today, giving you my all, I have become a fakir. With this power, you are to do many works for the world's good before you will return." Swamiji further explained, "I feel that power is constantly directing me to do this or that." To his brother disciples, he wrote from America, "While I am on earth, Sri Ramakrishna is working through me. So long as you believe in this, there is no danger of any evil for you. I am a voice without a form." In the modern spiritual history of mankind, Swamiji's appearance at the World Parliament of Religion is regarded as a turning point. But first, let us look at the absurdity of the situation. The Parliament of Religions was held in connection with the World's Columbian exhibitions in the city of Chicago from September 11 to 27, 1893, with elaborate preparations. News was heralded to all parts of the globe. Arrangement for invitations, receptions, and other formalities were all made over a long period. However, the disciples who sent Swami to Parliament were completely unaware of these details. They simply recognized the worth of the man and his ideas. So we find Swami Vivekananda sailed for the New World of America as an uninvited, unheralded, unknown monk with little monetary support, but with full confidence and unperturbed mind. How was it possible? What was his strength? Who was he? Is he the man of destiny? A prophet from the East? We got the best possible explanations from the well-researched writing of Mary Louise Bach in an article published in Prabuddha Bharat, 1979, March issue. Describing the contemporary period, she writes, doubt had set in, morality had lost its divine sanction, and dharma was in decline in the last decades of 19th century. And then, quoting Gita, she concludes it was the time for the Lord to manifest himself. And the Lord did so in the Western world with an appropriate flourish, setting the stage for his appearance there, or more accurately, for the appearance of his prophet, with a grand assembly of prelates from all over the world. A resonance of this vision is made clear when, before leaving for America, Swamiji told Turiyanandaji at Mount Abu, quote, "The Parliament of Religion is being organized for this," pointing out to himself. "My mind tells me so. You will see it verified at no distant date." The grand Parliament of Religion, with its lengthy and elaborate preparation, was all for a young, unknown Hindu monk. To everyone except his brother monks and disciples, the very idea would have seemed preposterous. But by the time the Parliament was over, it was clear to everyone that Swami Vivekananda, an orator by divine right, was the star of the show. And indeed, there seems to have been very little lasting good accomplished by the vast assemblage of ecclesiastical personages, except to introduce Swami to the Western world at one go. Through hindsight, it almost seems to have been planned by a master planner in response to the profound need of the age. We also know how the Harvard University professor John Henry Wright, before writing the introducing letter for Swamiji, somewhat like Swamiji's young Madras disciples, wondered, who can ask son the credential to sign? The Western Vedantist saw in him the presence of the living Christ. In San Francisco, Dr. H.M. Logan, his host, wrote, I quote, "To me, he is the Christ. Great teachers bowed reverently at his feet. The humble followed reverently to kiss the hem of his garments. No other single human being was reverenced more during his life than was Vivekananda." Josephine MacLeod, in her reminiscences, wrote, "I have fulfilled the mission I was born for." And what is that mission? Recognition of the new Buddha. So when this modern Christ or Buddha or the soul of the master returned back and wanted to form Ramakrishna Mission Association, it was not the starting of a new society or a charitable organization. It was certainly the manifestation of the divine will. Even a few of his brother disciples had some initial doubts whether Swamiji was applying Western methods without following Thakur's teachings. To this, Swamiji replied, Sri Ramakrishna is the embodiment of infinite spiritual ideas capable of development in infinite ways. But if this time he chooses to work through me, making me his instrument, I can only bow to his will. It was Swamiji who saw the master not only the apostles of realizations and renunciation, but also of service to humanity in the spirit of worship. Our G.S. Maharaj has explained the entire thing in details. On 9 September 1898, Noren carried literally on his shoulders the ashes of his master to the sacred ground of Belur for the consecrations of Sri Ramakrishna Math. The ceremony over, Vivekananda felt there the vibrant presence of the great incarnation power. He became prophetic and said, "The spiritual force emanating from here will permeate the whole world, turning the current of men's activities and aspirations into new channels. From here will be disseminated ideals, harmonizing jnana, bhakti, yoga, and karma." Earlier, he had defined the motto of the Ramakrishna order, Atmana Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya. He saw prophetically this would create a new order of monks who, with all the spiritual excellences, would spontaneously serve the world, especially the Daridra Narayan, establish a harmony among religions, spiritualize civilizations, and practice and preach the new religion, Siva Jnane Jiva Shiva, service to God in man. Sister Nivedita wrote in her famous introduction to the complete works of Swamiji, I quote, "These then, the Shastras, the Guru, and the motherland, are the three notes that mingle themselves to form the music of the works of Vivekananda." We find the expressions of all these three here in the functioning of these divine institutions, Ramakrishna Math and Mission. Thank you. But on this auspicious occasion, I take the opportunity to pay our respectful obeisance on behalf of all the householder devotees to the most revered President Maharaj, Swami Gautamanandaji. And we have got, for the last 2 decades, his discussions, advice, and blessings are the most sacred possessions of us. We cherish for that. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Sri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, member of Ramakrishna Mission, for his informative discourse. May I now humbly request Revered Srimad Swami Girishanandaji Maharaj, Vice President, Ramakrishna Mission, to kindly say the words of benediction.
বিবেকানন্দ নিমগ্ন চিত্তম বিবেকাদানৈক বিনতশীলম বিবেক ভাষা কমনীয় কান্তিম বিবেকিনং তং সততং নমামি। Honorable, most revered President Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, the other Vice Presidents, the General Secretary, and other speakers who are in the audience, and the devotees and the lay members. We are very much illumined to hear some speeches that has been rendered, and you will understand what is the meaning of the Ramakrishna Mission. We not only see the work, but behind the work, what is the spirit that was functioning for so many years. After facing so many difficulties in various magnitudes, Ramakrishna asked Swamiji, "What do you want?" "I want to merge myself in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi for long hours, and time to time I shall get up just to take food," or something like that. Then Sri Ramakrishna answered, "What a fool, what a mean you are. You will be like a big banyan tree, and under that tree, lots of people will get shelter." So Sri Ramakrishna's this sort of words, expression, when Narendranath was not prepared to hear it, but even at the last moment also, Swamiji does not want that he will fully inculcate the spirit of Seva, which Sri Ramakrishna interprets to Swami Vivekananda. But in course of time, it has been uttered by Sri Ramakrishna in his last days, "Your very bone will do it." So this is the actual expression. And now, Swami Vivekananda, after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, he had got the revelation that what my master wanted me to do. In the first few lives, in first few years of his sadhana, he was practicing meditation and paribraj of life with other brother disciples. Tapasya. But he is not content with that. He had the revelation that my master wanted something more. It's not just the spirit of reclusion, a tapasya. It is more than that. What is that? Swamiji wanted that to be preached into the mankind. And he has told that to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every moment of life. To how to give that message to the mankind. We hear from Swamiji in his Parliament of Religions speech. In that he has addressed a big cross-section of the people of the world. And India is not known so much. Hearing from the voice of Swami Vivekananda what Indian religion stand for, what Hindu religion stand for, what the whole world is waiting for the eternal message that his Guru Sri Ramakrishna has empowered him to preach. And that is Swamiji started after coming to India, that only our doing work by doing service to the people and getting food from them, the devotees and others, will not serve the purpose. So, we ought to do some humanitarian activity. That is for the masses. And for that, Swamiji wanted the mission, Ramakrishna mission. That is, Ramakrishna Math slowly and very silently produced Ramakrishna mission. Both are under the same seed which Sri Ramakrishna has put that seed on the ground, and Vivekananda is the ground where from the tree will grow. So that the spirit, Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva, service to mankind, that was the ideal. And what is the philosophy behind that? It is Seva. Seva means what? Seeing all human beings, the same Brahman, residing in each and every one within. And how to do that? By manifesting the divinity. Seva can be performed if the manifestation of divinity is fully undertaken, and then slowly will come into practice or implemented in that particular phase after passing away of Sri Ramakrishna's life. So here we see the harmony of all religions, karma, bhakti, jnana, yoga, work, worship, devotion, and the spirit of discrimination. All these have combined into manifestation of divinity. That is the real spirit. And what is this Sri Ramakrishna's message? He had done lot of spiritual practices and he had got the revelations. We read through the gospel and other books, and you see in the religious history of the world, there is nothing left out which Sri Ramakrishna it has not been revealed to him. So in modern time, Sri Ramakrishna's vision was that through Swami Vivekananda, it has to take its shape. Because only worship, only prayer, only tapasya will not elevate the mankind, will not elevate this age. The questions of this mind, asking about what is the necessity of religion, what is the utility of religion, will become people idle. Such a doubt and confusion is there. So you have to motivate them into action. Unless you motivate them into action, there is no meaning, they say, in practicing religion. What we do, we call it in various ways and means that we are going inside, but we are neglecting the outside. That inside and outside is the same reality. It is the Brahman. And Sri Ramakrishna has the vision. If you open your eyes, you see God. Not that you are closing your eyes, you see God only. So, slowly and silently, Swamiji understood Sri Ramakrishna. And even the Guru Bhais and other disciples, they objected to that. What nonsense you are doing. This is a mott, a spiritual organization. People who had laid down, who have left the samsara, they have come here to dedicate themselves for spiritual practice. Are you not taking that order, the Ramakrishna mott, to other way of life, the Western way of life? Swami Yoganandaji had the doubt. And Swami Vivekananda fired and answered, what do you mean? Have you understand Sri Ramakrishna more than me? Then it is some sort of controversy. And then Yoganandaji admitted, yes, you are his instrument. His means Sri Ramakrishna instrument. So what you are going to do through this organization, That time few Guru Bhais are there, direct disciples, and some lay devotees. What you are doing? It is the wish and will of Sri Ramakrishna that his power slowly and silently will work throughout the world. And in course of time, what we see, Swamiji encouraged those time the missionary activities that had been started. He had sent some disciples or other disciples of disciples to start hospitals, other welfare activities, relief, rehabilitations, this sort of work. And Swamiji was the main spirit, and he appreciated one of the Guru Bhais of Gautamanandaji. What you are doing is okay and all right. My 100 thanks to him. So here we see that spirit. Swami Vivekananda wanted that throughout India people shall understand. And seeing from the West, he has got that appreciation, which the organizational spirit is there, and they unitedly do it. So this Ramakrishna Mott, Ramakrishna Mission, and other organizations who are having respect for this organization, they are doing, is also the power of organization. And this organization will spread not only in India, but country to country it will spread in divine phases of life, in the intellectual phase. There will be discussions on Ramakrishna's philosophy, not only Ramakrishna's philosophy, it is the philosophy of the Vedanta, Yoga, or other religious philosophy. It is the harmony of religions which has been revealed in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Not only that, it is this particular place and the name of the persons who are slowly drawn, and they go through the visions of Sri Ramakrishna, which Swamiji very deeply told all the different countries of the world, and his words and expressions were translated in other languages other than English. So we see that how Sri Ramakrishna's vast message, slowly and silently, it is spreading, and at the same time, it is getting activization. People are appreciating more and more, and days and years are passing away, and newcomers, new followers are coming, inspired by the great ideals. And not only that, there are so many critics who do not accept till now, who criticize and want to see what is the result of this sort of organizations that is giving contribution to the society. They cannot understand the philosophy, but seeing the work that has been done in the spirit of worship, here and there, only in India, in other parts of the country, they say we cannot neglect it. So, slowly and silently, Ramakrishna Mission, after a gap of so many years, what impact it has given to the society. And slowly it is expanding, and people are following the ideals and ideology. Even other ideology who are against the Ramakrishna Mission ideology also, they have to bend down when it is a question of intellectual platform, a platform where discussion on philosophy is held. They also bend down when we are going for discussion and days together and months together. People are thinking, and more intellectuals and people who feel that we must understand the truth. And here is a person, Sri Ramakrishna and his followers, Swami Vivekananda, and his message, who has given the elaboration, the hints, the explanations, the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. So all the holy trios blessings are with this Ramakrishna mission, and because of that potential spiritual force working, it is slowly and silently spreading and spreading and spreading. We can see what is actually going on. So it is not just a history, but history is accept to history. From there the inspiration comes. But it is not the history only. It is actual presence of Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji and Holy Mother Sarada Devi. And you see the monastics and the lay devotees. We see all of them. So thank you all. My again humble pranams to Revered President Maharaj and other Vice President Maharaj, other Swamis, and all of the monks present here, the Brahmacharins, love and wishes, my love and admirations to all the devotees who come here today in these hard summer days. Thank you all.
Our respectful pranam to most revered Srimad Swami Girishanandaji Maharaj. I will now request revered Srimad Swami Bhajananandaji Maharaj, Vice President, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, to kindly deliver his words of benediction.
Jananim Swaradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapatme Tayo Saratva Pranamami Muhur Muhur. My most respectful pranams to our new President Maharaj, Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj. Respectful pranams I offer my pranams to Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj and other senior Maharaj present here. My respectful namaskar to the Assistant General Secretaries and the devotees and the Brahmacharins and all the others who are present, all the others who are present here. Thank you, namaskar to all. আমি এখানে প্রথমে বাংলায় বলবো বলে তৈরি হয়ে এসেছিলাম, কিন্তু আমার preceding যারা lectures, they all spoke in English. So I will also switch over to English. I am very happy. It is a great privilege to participate in the anniversary of the Ramakrishna mission celebrated on the sacred premises of Belur Mott. When Ramakrishna mission was established by Swamiji in 1897, this was practically the only organization which people could, and the government also could trust. Once one previous Prime Minister told in the parliament, out of 1 rupee we assign for service to the people, only 15 paise reach the poor. The rest is all siphoned away by the corrupt officials. This was the situation in those days. So Ramakrishna mission works on an entirely different principle. Sociologists say that for any movement to rise and spread, 3 things are necessary. First of all, there should be a mass movement. There should be large numbers of diverse people of diverse walks of life and temperaments. That is the first qualification for a movement. Otherwise it will not be called movement. The second condition is an ideology which is suited to the contemporary era, age. Third condition is a powerful, charismatic personality who can sustain such a movement. The Ramakrishna movement has all these things, fulfills these 3 abundant conditions in an abundant measure. An abundant measure. As our General Secretary Maharaj said, quoted Swamiji's statement, within 100 years of Sri Ramakrishna's Mahasamadhi, the movement which arose in his name has progressed, covered the whole of this world. There are several reasons why this movement, this organization, Ramakrishna Mission, is not now, it has become a movement, no doubt, but it is primarily, it arose as an organization, and even now it fulfills the conditions of a successful organization. For an organization to become popular, there are several conditions are necessary. Ramakrishna Mission fulfills all these conditions. In the first place, there is what is known as love. Love is something very rare. There are several monastic organizations in the world now, but love is the one thing lacking in most of them. Here, our organization is rich in love, and in this respect, Sri Ma has played an important role that is to be recognized. Especially those who belong to other religions, when they come to join the Ramakrishna order. The Ramakrishna order is unique in that it accepts people belonging to different religions and sects. So one of the things they find, those who belong to other religions, when they join here, they find a kind of community support. What they find that lack of community support is provided, is more than compensated by the love of Sri Ma, the Holy Mother. You can see many of them, many of the people, those who belong to other religions and other sects, they go to the Mother, they pray to the Mother and try to identify themselves with Holy Mother. So another reason for the popularity of Ramakrishna mission is freedom. This is not fully understood. We hold on to the traditional values, no doubt, monastic values, and especially Hindu spiritual values are very much treasured in the Ramakrishna order. But at the same time, there is a great deal of freedom, of all the different types of freedom that people need is the freedom to think or freedom of ideas. Freedom of ideas and freedom to think is very much lacking in several organizations. And I was once invited to give a talk on Sri Ramakrishna in a Christian monastery. It's a huge monastery with a large number of thousands of monks were there, members of that. But before anybody gives a talk, they will ask him to give an abstract that will be studied by the senior monks. If they approve, then only he will be allowed to speak. Another person who belonged to another religion told me that until he came to the Ramakrishna mission, he was once invited to attend a meeting, an interreligious meeting in Gold Park. And there he said that before coming to Gold Park, that is coming to Ramakrishna movement, he had been under the impression that his religion was the only true religion in the world. There was only one religion, true religion, and that was his. I don't want to mention the name of the religion, you can easily guess. As regards other religions, he thought they are all false. They are not religions at all. So that's why Swami said in the Parliament of Religions, we do not believe not only in the religions, other religions, but we accept them. That is, we accept the best points in other religions. So we accept all the religions to be true. This may appear to be in modern times, it may appear to be a commonplace thing, but it was Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda who created this idea, introduced this idea in modern Hinduism. Many people think that this liberal attitude towards other religions, that all religions are true. So it was already there. It is a natural trend in Hinduism. But this is not at all true. This was created. The liberal attitude is the result of the work of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. What they have done for Hinduism itself is very little understood by Hindus themselves. So there are several other factors which contribute to the power and strength and continued vitality of the Ramakrishna movement, supported by Ramakrishna mission. Swamiji once said, the Ramakrishna mission is built to last 1,500 years. So because that is, you can see all around so many organizations which arose some 100 years ago. Now many of them have either died or in a moribund condition. Very, very little of life in those organizations, whereas Ramakrishna mission is thriving. One day, one Christian father asked me the secret of our vitality, and especially in Christian monasticism. There was an article which appeared in Statesman some years ago. There, a Christian father, not a father, a Christian scholar who is now doing work in our Vishwa Bharati, he wrote that all attempts, so many attempts are being made to lure, to invite, to encourage young men to join Christian monasteries, but very few are joining. Whereas here, so far, we have not faced any problem. In this connection, you have to keep in mind, monastic life is in the blood of all Hindus, Indian. It is the monasticism. Many of you may not be aware. Monasticism itself originated in India. It is from India that monasticism went to the Middle East and to Egypt and to other places. So monasticism is always there in our culture. So that the Ramakrishna mission is a unique organization in that it combines the monastic spirit with the householders' dedication to work. Our earlier, our Hiranmayanandaji Maharaj, respected Hiranmayanandaji Maharaj, used to say that Swamiji's original idea was that householders will do the social service and monks will do the spiritual service. But that didn't work out properly. Why? Because the social conditions were not ready, propitious for the householders to take up this kind of work. Now situation has very much improved. Anyway, the Ramakrishna mission is a unique example in which in which the householders and the monastic members cooperate. I will conclude my speech by quoting Brahmacharins Maharaj, well-known the song, Banga Hridaya Gomukhi Hoite, Karuna Ganga Baye Babiri Seche. So in the same way, the Ramakrishna mission seems to be the Gomukh through which the grace of Thakur, Ma and Swamiji is flowing to all the people for the blessing of all the people. I conclude by offering my humble prayers for the welfare of all those who are present here. Thank you.
Our respectful pranams to Revered Srimad Swami Bhajananandaji Maharaj. I would like to request now Revered Srimad Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, Vice President, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, to say the words of benediction for us.
I offer my Bhaktipurna pranams to Revered President Maharaj. Other revered monastic members and other honorable members present here, as well as our own devotees. Probably this incident happened in 1960 at Sargachi on 26th January morning. Revered Girishanandaji Maharaj, Holy Mother's disciple and Vice President, was talking with Probationers Maharaj, another disciple of Holy Mother. Girishanandaji Maharaj pointed out to Probationers Maharaj, because it was 26th January, pointed out to Probationers Maharaj, have you observed the motto of our nation? Sattameva Jayate. This is the spirit of India, and this should be the spirit of the whole world. Thakur said, যে সত্য কথাটি ধরে আছে সে ভগবানের কোলে শুয়ে আছে। ঠাকুর বলছেন, আমি সব ছাড়তে পারলাম, কিন্তু সত্য ছাড়তে পারলাম না। Our organization is also based on truth. Look at the life incidents of Thakur, Ma, Swamiji, and other direct disciples. They were unscrupulously holding on truth in their life, in their career, and in their behavior. Let us look at the publications of Ramakrishna Mission. Every page is fraught with truth. Kathamrita, Lila Prasanga, Puthi, complete works, Mayer Katha, everything came out while the direct disciples and the lay devotees were in their physical body. None of them objected the veracity of the contents. These books and the lives of direct disciples became the guiding factor for not only the next generation, but for generations, both monastic and householders, in their day-to-day life and activities. Naturally, these books and their reminiscences have left for the next generations the obligation to carry on the same message and standard by both the monastic and the householders. Our friendly critics would not spare us if we deviate from our standard. Swamiji said, "Shaker kori mache diyor na." Every farthing should be spent for specific purpose. From the beginning of the Asangha, the organization is meticulously following this dictum. The CAG has remarked that for 150 years, Ramakrishna Mission is maintaining its accounts with integrity. Our brotherly auditors, like moral guardians, minutely scrutinize our accounts to keep us to the standard of Vivekananda's expectation. Every year, our organization publishes an exhaustive report of the activities in detail fraught with truth. We run our activities from the donation of public, whether individual, trust, CSR or government. In any case, the money belongs to common people. Naturally, it is the moral responsibility for us to give an exhaustive account of each and every rupee spent for what purpose. Though outwardly we appear like any other NGO, but basically ours is a spiritual organization, and whatever work we do in the spirit of Siva Jnani Jiva Seva. In our spiritual life also, we are holding on truth. No monk or a devotee claims to achieve such and such spiritual attainment. Why? Because we have at the back Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swami Vivekananda, the spiritual Himalayas. In spiritual life, we try to be truthful in our moral life, daily activities, behavior, while dealing with the public. In the language of Swami Vivekananda, religion is not seeing or believing, it is being and becoming. The famous historian Arnold Toynbee remarked about Ramakrishna Mission as creative minority. They are minority in society, but highly creative. Silently, their ideas spread in society. Let us pray to the Holy Trio to give us the strength to maintain the bhava sangshuddhi in the language of the Gita, that is, purity in our expression and action. Mon mukh ek kara. Namaskar.
Our humble pranams to Revered Srimad Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj. Now, benedictory address by Most Revered President Maharaj Srimad Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj.
Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. My very dear monastic brothers, Swami Suviranandaji, Swami Suhitanandaji, Bhajananandaji, Girishanandaji, Bodhasarananda, and Balabhadrananda, all the others assembled before me, and also Sharda Mission sisters, and my very dear devotees of Ramakrishna Vivekananda, Holy Mother. Today, as you have already heard, is a very, very important day, not only in the history of Ramakrishna order, in the very history of India or the history of the world itself. Now it is recognized that the message of Swamiji, which carried the message of Sri Ramakrishna, message of harmony of religions, and Swamiji who converted, who applied that religion and friendship to the humanity in the form of service to man, is service to God. So these messages are required by whole world, and Swamiji said that who will teach this to the whole world, because mere words will not inspire anyone. He who practices only can teach it. Swamiji had the great confidence that these Indians, these Bharatiyas, the followers of the Vedic Dharma from the ancient days, we are the fit person to transmit this message to the whole world, which it requires, without which, Swamiji said, the whole world will blow up because of the fires of materialism. So that great message, which missionary is now trying to propagate, this Ramakrishna Mutt mission, this was started, as you already heard from several speakers, such the narration, how it originated, how the message of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Swami, was interpreted by Swami Vivekananda, and he wanted to start an organization. Not that he did not know the drawbacks of an organization. He said, as many speakers have pointed out, that no permanent and great work can be done without organization. No permanent and great work can be done without an organization. It is to do a permanent and a very great work, the work of whole humanity. Whole humanity, if they have to live like brothers, like one family of God, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this Swamiji's message of harmony, which he inherited from his master, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, has to be spread. So that work is to be done by us. So that great work is being done with this Ramakrishna Mutt mission. This was inaugurated. And you have heard there are several steps how this mission is coming up and trying to follow Swamiji's great ideal that every one human being must have a twin ideal before him. Being born as a human being, the goal of life is moksha, is seeing God or seeing our own infinite self. And at the same time, the society we live in, we have to render our service to it also, both to be combined. And Swami Vivekananda ingeniously combined both in this Ramakrishna Mutt mission. He gave us the twin ideal of Atmano Mokshartham Jagad Hitaya Cha. Have the ideal of attaining moksha, realizing God, realizing yourself part and parcel of God, and at the same time work for the world also, work for humanity as a whole. Working for humanity as a whole, Swami Vivekananda has turned our mind not only to work for our own country, but our country must lead the whole world in matters of spirituality. because that has been our heritage we have got from our ancestors. More than 10,000 years back, from time of Rigveda, we have been advocating the harmony of religions. And in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, we see it manifested. And he has imparted that spirit into Swamiji and the direct disciples. And through them, in a lineage of gurus, we are inheriting that spirit. So it is we, the inheritors of this spiritual heritage. We must spread it to the whole world. Swamiji was once asked by his disciple Sadananda. Swamiji was morose on a day. Sadananda asked him, "Why, Swamiji, you seem to be thinking something very serious?" Swamiji said, I'm thinking something serious. My master had asked me to awaken this country to its spiritual greatness and make this the leader of the world in spirituality. I don't know. I have not found the way yet. That's why I am deeply thinking. So Swamiji's mission was to make this whole nation a nation of spiritual teachers for the whole world. And spirituality, is it required by the world? Swamiji said, without it, it will go into pieces. It is sitting on a volcano. Without this spiritual message, the West is sitting on a volcano. It can blow into pieces at any time. So the spirituality of India must flow. Swamiji was so weird. So it's very clear. Swamiji did not speak like an ordinary person, as some of these speakers have already told you. So I noted, all of them have stressed the divine force behind Swamiji's words. And I noticed all of you clapping very, very, very much. Sri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, he went on stressing how Swamiji worked for everything. He wanted spiritual guidance, and Swamiji got it. This part we forget. We think Swamiji is a great leader. He was an intellectual giant. He could see future. It was not that. Sri Ramakrishna guided him every step. In one of his letters in West, he wrote to a friend, I wanted to come on such and such a day. I had to postpone it because I wait for orders from above to move from one place to another. Swamiji was just an instrument in the hand of Sri Ramakrishna. So when he started this Ramakrishna Mutton mission, he asserted this. In the end, when some people doubted, of course it's a very, very new ideology, and Swamiji knew it is very practical, but we had yet to know its practicality, even now. So we are not 100% convinced this is the best ideology. So at that time, some people doubted it. He convinced them, only saying, I am being made to do this one by Sri Ramakrishna. What can I do? Sri Ramakrishna could have got it done through anyone. He can create 1,000 Vivekanandas by a wish, but he has selected me to do this one. He is getting everything done through me. Have faith in this. You will see great things happen. These words of him, they silenced everyone, not for that time being, for all times to come. We can never think that this mission is Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. Sri Ramakrishna taught this. That is why one of the speakers was telling, Swamiji's ideas, Sri Ramakrishna's ideas are infinite, and each idea is possible to be expressed in a million ways. So how can you say that Sri Ramakrishna did not advocate this mission? So he had in his teachings that a world mission like this will be born. Actually, he laid the foundation in the form of Ramakrishna Mutt by initiating the first 16 people, the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. So anyway, Swami Vivekananda did this great historical spiritual thing for us in 1897, and it is 127 years now. It is growing day by day. Swamiji said, the message I have given is for the next 1500 years. This is only 150 years. Already we are all over the world. There is no continent where we are not. But it is only 150. Another 1350 years are there. Just imagine how this message may spread, how people will feel one with one another, how humanity will feel that it is it's a family of God, and what wonderful boon it should be for the soul of humanity. So Swamiji did this. I many times think about this day. It is the Western countries, they call this day as UNESCO has declared it as Universal Labour Day. I always tell youngsters, universal labor, who is there? All the other nations have got American Labor Day, or Russian Labor Day, or Japanese Labor Day. Only we, the Ramakrishna Mission, we are the Universal Labor Day. We are the laborers of the whole world, whole universe. So that's why on this Universal Labor Day, Swamiji had the vision to start this. So we are on this mission. So I don't want to tell much. You have heard all important things about it. So Swamiji gave us a new path, this path of serving society, and through that serving of society itself, getting help to progress spiritually and attain to the real goal of human life, the moksha. So he has given us the path to achieve both Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa. Our Dharma says that you should progress in this worldly life also. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama will give you success and peace and joy. Whatever is possible in this world, you get it by following Dharma and Artha, Kama according to Dharma. And the final should be Moksha, that is Nishreyasa. So Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa. Dharma, Artha, Kama also we want Moksha also. So this Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa, both of them can be achieved through this Swamiji's path of working Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitaya. We have all our goal, as our human life's goal as moksha. We want to realize God, which Sri Ramakrishna again and again said, that can be the only goal for human life. You should know yourself as one with God, and you are, for that knowledge of that one, your life must be dedicated. But at the same time, to the society, what shall we do? We shall do them also good, thinking that God alone is there in everyone. Sri Ramakrishna alone is in everyone. In all women only Holy Mother is there. Thinking God alone is in every being. We serve all our relief work, all our hostels, all our colleges, all our children's activities, all our welfare activities. Everywhere we come across men, women, we always consider God is coming to us in so many ways. One of the great Swamis of our order, Swami Suviranandaji, wrote me in a letter, I am here in Nagpur. I am initiating continuously for last several days. Every day so many people come. I feel Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother are coming to me in so many forms. So this is the vision that great people had. This is the vision we must have, and we are having by their grace. And that is why incessantly we are able to do successfully relief work, welfare work, and yet remain untired. So many people start some relief, some social work. After 10 years they give it up. Why did you give it up? Those people are so ungrateful to us, so we left it up. So you don't care for their ungratefulness. So it is what is your goal of working? It is not for anybody's gratefulness I work. I work for my own self-realization. One of the paths is this service of Narayana through the human beings. Naranarayana Seva. So Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva. This great message, some great Swami called it as Seva Yoga. Swamiji himself was very proud of this path. He told Swami Turiyanandaji once, it is written to Haribhai, I have given a new path to the people now, which was attained by Jesus by prayers, by Buddha by meditation. These boys will attain that very state through this Shivajnani Jiva Seva. Turiyananda Swami was called a Brahmacharins of the high order. He was himself once, he himself told, you see, people think that I am an ordinary Brahmacharins. They think I am a Sthita Prajna. I am not that. I don't think that this world is unreal. I consider this world also as real. I accept Dvaita. I accept Vishishta Dvaita. I accept Advaita. I am a Ramakrishna's Vijnani. I am Ramakrishna's Brahmacharins. So there is a speciality. Such a great person said, if you follow this Swamiji's method for 3 days, dedicating yourself, whatever work you do is only Guru Maharaj's work. Whatever you see is only Sri Ramakrishna himself, everywhere. With this attitude, if you work for only 3 days, you will realize your Atma. Swami Turiyanandaji declares like that. So this truest method of achieving our own life's goal of moksha and serving the society, not only in our country, the whole world. So we are given this Ramakrishna Matan mission. Swamiji called this Ramakrishna Matan mission as the physical body of Sri Ramakrishna. Again and again, he tells this Ramakrishna Matan mission is the physical body of Sri Ramakrishna. You want to serve Sri Ramakrishna, serve the Sangha. So the Sangha has got branches everywhere. Wherever Sri Ramakrishna is worshipped, Holy Mother says he is there. So if you help Sri Ramakrishna's work, that is working for the poor people, working with them as considering themselves expression of Narayana himself, they are all Shivas in the form of Jivas, considering God to be within every human being, serve them. This will be a great boon to you. It will help your spiritual progress also. So this great Ramakrishna mission, Swamiji placed before us as the physical manifestation of Sri Ramakrishna. We are so lucky, so blessed that Sri Swami Vivekananda created this, and it has been accepted by all the direct disciples, and there is no doubt Sri Ramakrishna himself is there in this Matan mission. Swamiji said, whoever helped this mission is serving Sri Ramakrishna himself. So let us all combine together, not only those that are assembled here, those that are not assembled here also, not only in our country, in the whole, all the countries of the world, may we all rally around this ideal of Atmana Mokshartham Jagaddichacha, to manifest which this Ramakrishna Matan mission has come. I close with one small incident that is somehow or other I have repeated so many times. It suffers repetition. When I was in Alang, Arunachal Pradesh, we were taking a group of boys, a small boys of class 7, 8, 6, 7, about 40 boys to Delhi. So from Arunachal to Pradesh to Delhi, we halted at Agra to see the Taj Mahal. So we went to the Taj Mahal, we enjoyed it, came back, and we were waiting on the platform of Agra to take the next train to Delhi, about 88, 19 miles. So our boys were loitering about on the platform. And you see the Arunachali boys, they look like Chinese, they look like Tibetans, and they talk Hindi also. You see, because we teach them from ABC, along with ABC, AIA, of Hindi also. So they speak Hindi and English both, even for small fellows. So they are moving about, talking in Hindi, talking in English, and so they suspected whether they are Christian boys were speaking in English, and then again they speak Hindi. They thought somewhere they may be Tibetans or Bhutanese or somebody. So one of them approached one of our boys. He was hardly 11, 12 years old boy. He asked him, "Who are you? Are you Christians? Are you Mohammedans? Are you Buddhists?" Then this boy answered them, "Yes, we are Christians, we are Buddhists, we are Mohammedans, we belong to Ramakrishna mission." We never taught Ramakrishna mission accepts all the religions as our own religion. How did the children learn? It was a practical demonstration in our prayer hall, where these 200 boys of the hostel daily would pray. They would pray for 4 prayers in different languages about Sri Ramakrishna Mother. And then on the dais, we had kept 5 pictures, Sri Ramakrishna and Jesus, Buddha, Zoroaster and Nanak. All the 5 religions, and center is Sri Ramakrishna, all on the same pedestal, same size, and decorated in the same with 1 flower vase. And we would ask these children to show the agarbatti before all the 5. They have learned by the simple method that all the 5 religions are equal. We must revere all the religions. The small boy, he told that answer that we belong to Ramakrishna mission. We are Buddhists, we are Mohammedans, we are everybody. So this is the great message. By following ourselves, we must preach. That tells. So may Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji bless us all that we live up to their expectation, up to the expectation of Swami Vivekananda, up to the expectation of Sri Ramakrishna. May we make our lives blessed and bring great blessings to this humanity also. Jai Ram Krishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Our Shashtanga Pranam at the holy feet of most revered President Maharaj Ji. We have almost come to the end of this 128th Foundation Day celebration of Ramakrishna Mission. Now, Professor Shuvendu Majumder, member of Ramakrishna Mission, will give the vote of thanks.
I feel honored and privileged to have an opportunity to deliver a vote of thanks on this special occasion in connection with the 128th Foundation Day of the Ramakrishna Mission being held at this Abhedananda Convention Center. I offer my devoted pranams to most revered President Maharaj and thank revered Maharaj for presiding over this celebration and his words of benediction. I also offer my respectful pranam to revered Vice President Maharajis and specially thank to revered Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, revered Swami Bhajananandaji Maharaj and revered Swami Girishanandaji Maharaj for their words of benediction. I offer my respectful pranam to Swami Suviranandaji Maharaj, the General Secretary of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, and thank him for his welcome address. Swami Balabhadrananda read the historical proceedings of the General Body Meetings of the Ramakrishna Mission Association held on 1st and 5th May 1897. Swami Bodhasarananda Maharaj delivered the keynote address. We sincerely thank both the Swamis. We offer our special thanks to respected Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, manager of the Belur Math, and his entire team for arranging this function in this great convention center. I extend sincere thanks to Sri Ramsevak Bandyopadhyay, member of Ramakrishna Mission, for his wonderful speech. I offer my thanks to the Brahmacharins of the Probationers Training Center for inaugural Vedic chanting. My special loving thanks is given in advance to Swami Durganathanandaji, who will be singing the closing song. To cut this long story short, I express simple but sincere heartfelt thanks to the members, devotees, volunteer groups, media persons and admirers who are helping us silently by staying in the background with continuous relentless support throughout the year in different spheres of the activities of the Ramakrishna Mission. My pranams to all other respected monks assembled here, my heartiest regards and best wishes to all the devotees, admirers of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. In this ceremony, I personally feel to mention, especially for the members and the devotees, a few concerns which are based on the object of the Ramakrishna Mission specially. All of you are aware that we receive a substantial amount of different news in media and social media spreading some nuisance about this Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, mostly based on speculations, and common people forward the same without judging the reality. We are creating videos, reels, capturing moments on the various events held as different centers and using those in digital platform with commercial and personal motive to get their personal footage. All need to be aware to maintain the dignity of this great Sangha. In such situation, I feel we the members and associates and devotees should come forward proactively to address the social media with proper facts and fiction so that these arguments that may in turn help the public easily to separate the actual fact and its reality. We are using photographs of Holy Trio in invitation card, templates, calendars, and sometimes we are using those in an animated version which are distorting the fact and historical background. These photographs of this Holy Trinity are thrown in the waste paper box, which is not at all accepted. So we need to come forward to restore this proper use of these holy names and photos with appropriate care, maintaining the true spirit of the worship and renunciation. Another more important point, we the members need to be more active through our dynamic participation in propagating the positive message of all the news of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission as per the aims and objects that was mentioned in the 1st and 5th May of 1897. The aim of this Sangha is to preach those truths which Sri Ramakrishna has for the good of humanity and to help others to put this truth into practice in their lives for their temporal, mental, and spiritual advancement. I will conclude by mentioning one quote of Swami Vivekananda, 1st May 1897, time 3 p.m., Balaram Bose House, Bagbajar. Swamiji appealed, let this association be named after him, in whose name indeed we have embraced the monastic life, with whom, as your ideal in life, you all toil on the field of work. From your station in family life, within 25 years of whose passing away, a wonderful diffusion of holy name and extraordinary life has taken place both in the east and in the west. We are the servants of the Lord. Be you all helpers in the cause. Prabhur kaje sahay hao. Complete verse, volume 6. Let us pray that we all continue to strive and work for the mission, and may the most choicest blessings of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sharoda Devi, and Swamiji Maharaj be upon all of us and give us energy to contribute to the dictum Atmano Mokshartang Jagadhitaya. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Shuvendu Majumder. This 128th Foundation Day celebration will end today with the concluding song. Before that, we have few announcements. Revered President Maharaj, after this concluding song, at the end of the program, will leave the dais. As a mark of respect to Revered Maharaji, we all will raise from our chairs. And those who want to offer pranams to Most Revered President Maharaj may go to his residence after the evening Aratrikam. And prasad packets will be served at the entrance of this hall. All of you are requested to collect the prasad packets before leaving this auditorium. Now, this program will end with the concluding song. Concluding song will be sung by Swami Durganathanandaji, Ramakrishna Mission, Kalyani. Maharaj will be accompanied by Swami Girishanandaji in tabla.
রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ। রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ। পরায় পরা বিদ্যা সাধিয়া লোভিব দিব্য জ্ঞান। রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ। সূর্যে করিয়ায় অঙ্গভূষণ সত্যের তরে ধরিব জীবন। সূর্যে করিয়ায় অঙ্গভূষণ সত্যের তরে ধরিব জীবন। সর্বশক্তি আছে অন্তরে জানিয়াছি সন্ধান। জানিয়াছি সন্ধান। রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ। পরায় পরা বিদ্যা সাধিয়া লোভিব দিব্য জ্ঞান। রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ। ত্যাগ সেবার সাধনা সহায় মানুষ হইব মোরা। তাই যে মোদের জাতির সাধনা সেই সনাতন ধারা। ত্যাগ সেবা সাধনা সহায় মানুষ হইব মোরা। তাই যে মোদের জাতির সাধনা সেই সনাতন ধারা। বিবেকের সেনায় আমরা সবাই উন্নতশীল মোদের সদাই। বিবেকের সেনা আমরা সবাই উন্নতশীল মোদের সদাই। উচ্চ কণ্ঠে মোরা গেয়ে যাই মহামিলনের গান। বিবেকের জয়গান গাহি মহামাই গাহি আনন্দে জয় মহামাই জয় জয় ভগবান জয় জয় ভগবান জয় জয় ভগবান রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ পরায় পরা বিদ্যা সাধিয়া লোভিব দিব্য জ্ঞান রামকৃষ্ণের বেদিতলে মোরা মিলিয়াছি এক প্রাণ জয় শ্রী গুরু মহারাজ জি কি জয় জয় महामाई की जय जय स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय जय गंगा माई की जय